now bring you our regular Saturday morning feature for ladies only, with Sally Miller discussing things of interest to all housewives. Now, here's Sally Miller.
Good morning, ladies. Time for another of our weekly get-togethers. You know, I've been on the air quite a few weeks now, and I can't help but wonder if I've talked about the things that you are interested in. You know the various things we've discussed: children, house cleaning, buying electric irons, federal income tax, sales girls, babysitters, radio contests, bread and butter letters, and so many other things. Is this what you want to hear? Unless you tell me just what you do want to hear, I just have to go right on guessing and hoping that you are interested in these things. How about dropping me a postcard in care of this station and letting me know about your story ideas? I promise your suggestions will be discussed in future broadcasts. You know, a well-made household brush that's right for the job it has to do is a willing servant that will save you much time and energy. That's why you should take time in buying your brushes. The most important thing to consider is the stock or brush part. They are made of 3 types: bristle, hair, or vegetable fiber. Hair stalks are usually long, fluffy, and soft, and are desirable for fabrics and surfaces that have to be treated gently, you know. Hair brushes gather dust well. Bristle stocks may be very firm or medium soft, depending on the length of the bristles and their fineness. Short, firm horsehair is sometimes used for fairly stiff brushes. Whatever the type, make sure the stock is full. Cheap brushes with sparsely set fibers take longer to do the same job. Pull the stock to make sure that it is set firmly and see if the handle fits your hand comfortably. Here are the really basic household brushes. Scrub brush, get one with a long handle, and keep off your knees. Avoid very stiff bristles, too. Then there's the floor brush. These gather dust more easily than brooms and protect the smooth finish of floors. Brooms are also hard, on rugged fibers. You'll need a bowl brush. The most sanitary and durable type is made of rustless wire in a circle shape. Upholstery and radiator brushes are a must. For delicate fabrics, use a hair brush, bristle being satisfactory for more durable things. The long handle brush commonly used for radiators can also be used for bed springs and Venetian blinds. The best type has a fairly stiff bristle twisted in wire, requiring less manipulation than wood-back brushes. Make sure the brush tapers at the end so you can reach corners. Hair is best for a wall brush. It should be full and very fluffy, and the most efficient kind has a handle with an adjustable spring socket so the brush can lie flat against the wall. Wool wall dusters soil quickly, and they may smudge your walls and mat when washed. Use a soft, long-bristled brush or one of hair for clothes and hats instead of stiff brushes or whisk brooms. They injure clothing fabrics. A vegetable brush must have a very stiff bristle, preferably set in a twisted wire frame. You'll get much better service and longer use from all your brushes if you wash them often in warm, not hot water, and mild soap or synthetic detergent. Use ammonia in water only occasionally and when brushes are very dirty. Ammonia is too strong for brushes all the time and eats the finish off the wood block and handles. Clean hair stock brushes by brushing them out with another stiff brush, such as a scrub brush, and then you needn't wash them so often. Hang all your brushes on hooks. Don't let them stand on their bristles of fibers. And hang all brushes, including the bathroom brush, in a dry closet, not a damp room. Restore stiffness to bristle brushes by putting a pinch of alum in the rinse water after you wash them. I recently came across an article on contact lenses in a current magazine, and it occurred to me that you gals might be interested in hearing about them. I think I can give you a true picture of their advantages and disadvantages, since I have a pair myself. Notice I say have a pair, not am wearing a pair. That's because I seldom wear them. Yet I'm convinced of their wearability. I was literally sold on them until the day my husband came home from overseas. I had been planning so on surprising him with my new lenses, but when he exclaimed, "Oh gosh, honey, you look okay with specs," I just lost my enthusiasm. But there are people who can't imagine how they ever got along without their contacts. Contact lenses are tissue-thin plastic discs molded to the exact shape of your eye. They fit under your eyelids and float on the surface of the eye with the benefit of a special solution which is prepared just for you when you purchase your lens. Although the eyes are very sensitive, there's positively no pain involved since the lens fits your eye just so perfectly. Most people can wear their contacts for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. Then they must be removed with the aid of a tiny suction cup. The eyes rested for a half hour, new solution put into the lens, and then you can wear them for another 4 to 8 hours. The lens must be removed at the end of these 4 to 8 hour periods because the eye absorbs the solution and every bit of light you look at becomes a rainbow. A half-hour rest will clear it all up. Contact lens can be worn by people afflicted with almost any common eye condition, myopia, farsightedness, astigmatism, and people with corneal conditions for which ordinary glasses are ineffectual. These lenses have often been a blessing to dancers and actresses to whom ordinary glasses are detrimental to beauty. Many athletes and sportsmen wear them for safety. They can't break. Surgeons and nurses value contacts because they never blur from heat or from ether fumes. If you are self-conscious of your glasses and feel that you'd be more successful as a glamour girl without them, well then contact lenses are for you. But if you don't mind wearing your glasses and are somewhat proud of your new dark heavy frame such as I am, contacts are a very poor investment. In any event, don't think you can throw away your spectacles as soon as you get your contacts. There are so many moments when your new lenses will not fit the bill. Until a day in the future when science perfects the contact lens, you had just better hold on to your old spectacles. The right cleaning agent can mean the difference between a well-run and a poorly managed house, between a worn-out housewife and a fresh, animated woman. No doubt you've heard about and used the new marvels of the cleaning world, synthetic detergents. What are detergents anyhow? Well, strictly speaking, a detergent is a cleansing agent used in water solution, which removes soil by wetting it out and by emulsion, as distinguished from solvents like benzene, scoring powders, and abrasives like pumice and sand. Soap is a detergent made from fats and oils combined with water-soluble alkalis. Synthetic detergents use a wider variety of raw materials subjected to a series of chemical processes. Manufacturers of synthetic detergents claim they do the same job as soap with special advantages. They don't combine with minerals and water to form curds or scum, and their neutral reaction makes them especially safe for colored fabrics. Some produce no suds, and with others the suds may disappear quickly, but the cleansing power is there just the same. Since detergents don't form scum, they're excellent for glasses and dishes. Even the family wash, although primarily a job for the old reliable soap in hard water areas, will benefit from detergents. Laundering heavy soil cottons, however, is a job for a moderately strong soap. The alkali in the soap hits grease and dirt, and a water softener will cut down on curds. How much soap you need varies with the hardness of the water, dirtiness of the clothes, and temperature of the water. Are you having trouble training your 2 or 3-year-old to do things for you? A friend of ours is raising his little son by a system of psychology, which is actually simple logic. For example, when it's time for his little boy to go to bed, rather than insisting upon it, he suggests that the two of them hide from Mommy. They run upstairs and hide in a bedroom. Then the mother pretends to look all over for them, and the little boy always gets a great big thrill when he's found. From there on, well, the matter of getting him into bed's a very simple one. At prayer time, little John is given his choice of just which prayer he would like to say that particular evening, and truly enjoys the privilege of making the decision. To get your child into the house when you want him, you can arrange with another child to chase the two of you. You run into the house with your youngster following. Then the two of you can laugh because the other boy didn't catch you. In the meantime, you have your offspring just where you want him without a single argument. Keeping 2 different color soaps in the bathroom may solve the washing problem. You ask the little one which color he wants to use, and making the decision tends to impress him with his own importance. At the table, it's usually bad psychology to say, "Now eat your carrots, Jimmy." Children are like adults sometimes. They don't like being forced to do things. But asking, "Would you like carrots or would you like peas?" will definitely get one nourishing vegetable in your child's tummy. This system of logic can be applied to almost any problem which comes up in your house. Try it out. See if it doesn't work with your offspring. Can you afford to live? Now that might sound like a funny question, but the high cost of living, even on a modest scale, is illuminated on a recent study, made by the Bureau of Labor Statistics of a city worker's family budget. This study reveals that in mid-1947, in 34 large cities, a worker's family of four required from $3,004 to $3,458 a year to maintain a modest but adequate American standard of living. Since then, rising prices have upped the required budget by about $195 a year on the average. So, the range today would be from $3,200 to $3,650. Since price control lapsed in mid-46, the family budget studied by the BLS has gone up around $650 a year. In other words, it takes $12.50 a week more than was required under price control to maintain the same standard of living. These facts take on even greater significance when the character of the budget is examined. Meat can be served for dinner several times a week. About 5% of the meals can be purchased away from home, principally lunches bought at work by the wage earner. 2 ice cream cones, a candy bar, 2 bottles of soft drinks, and a bottle of beer can be purchased each week, with a small amount allowed for such items. For the husband, the clothing list provides 1 heavy wool suit every 2 years, 1 light wool suit every 3 years, 5 shirts, 2 pairs of shoes each year. The wife can buy a heavy wool coat every 4 years, 4 dresses, and 3 pairs of shoes each year. The 13-year-old son can be provided with 1 sweater or jacket, 2 pairs of trousers, 3 shirts, 3 pairs of shoes each year. And the little 8-year-old daughter can have 1 snowsuit or heavy coat every 2 years, 4 dresses, and 4 pairs of shoes each year. The family owns a small radio, buys 1 daily newspaper, including a Sunday edition, and 32 copies of some popular price magazines in a year. Movies are attended by the husband, wife, and daughter once in 3 weeks, and by the son once in 2 weeks. The husband has a haircut about once every 3 weeks, and the son every 5 weeks. The wife and daughter have one every 3 months. Stationery and stamps are included to provide about 1 letter a week, and an average of 3 local telephone calls are made each week. Every 3 or 4 years, the family can take a trip to visit relatives or on a vacation. Provision is made for taxes and for a small amount of insurance. Savings are not included at all. Any emergency would thus throw this family budget completely out of line. A major illness or a substantial rise in rent, if rent controls would drop, would leave the family in a very serious position and force them to cut down on essential food and clothing. Yet 60% of all American families earn less than $3,000. The average worker in manufacturing earns only about $2,600. Some 25 million American families are unable to afford even this modest standard of living. Well, that just about does it for today. Would like to close with a little jingle I just came across. It's called Diet. You eat and eat, and I sit and chat. You eat, I sit. You're thin, I'm fat. Bye now.
You have been listening to the regular Saturday morning feature for Ladies Only with Sally Miller, discussing things of interest to all housewives. Sally will be back with us next Saturday at 9 o'clock.